Gotta get more followers.
Everybody, welcome to Friday, September 2nd, Labor Day weekend, guys. I've been trying to record a trading video a few days this week, and just every time I recorded, I did not even find one trade. So rather than make you suffer through a video with no trading and just me rambling, I just didn't put them up. So this morning, though, I recorded. I at least took one trade. It's just a small 2-tick winner. I will timestamp it down below. So if you just want to see that trade, you can jump there. I'm going to put some other timestamps as well, though. This video actually worked out kind of well. So even though there's only one trade, there's a few things that happen where I get the opportunity to kind of explain order flow a bit better and, what I'm looking at, what I'm seeing, what I want to see, etc. So that's part of the reason I'm putting this video up. It's really not because of that one trade. Which is pretty simple. It's because of some of the other stuff that's set up. And hey, if you want to hear my ramblings and kiddings about, then be sure to enjoy this video. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Friday. It's September 2nd. You see the clock at the bottom of the 30-year Treasury depth of market. Guys, thought I'd try one more final attempt this week at recording a trading video. Tried a few times earlier this week, and just the times I chose to record, no trades to be had, and I wasn't going to make you sit and watch a video for an hour of me just blabbing away, but I thought let's give it one more try. Now, I don't know how much hope I have. It's a Friday, we're approaching the lunch hour, it's a holiday weekend we're going into, so I kind of picked probably one of the worst times to try for a third attempt, but hey, let's see. See if things work out. While we wait here, I'll do the usual. We got the Ultra Bond on the right. We got the 30 years, the ZB in the middle. We got the 10s on the left. See if we can get one of these trades, one of those trade setups. Kind of just hanging out in the middle right now. So we'll see. I'm going to ramble. Guys, I put up a video. All the latest and greatest promos as they stand right now. So if you want to check those out, there you go. Trying to think of some questions I've received recently. You guys leave a lot of questions or you send me your emails. Anything Jigsaw specific? I think I answered this one before. I can't remember. Somebody asked me how they recenter the DOM and how can you center all of them at the same time. The little hamburger up here, the 5-layer, it must be like a double. It's a Big Mac. It's not a regular hamburger. You click on the Big Mac, you left click, it centers the current DOM. I'll just move these kind of out of area. If you right click on it, it recenters them all. There's your little Jigsaw tip of the day. Someone else, I just saw them ask today in one of the Discords how you can clear the inside prints. And I wasn't sure if they meant like when you enter a new trade or at the start of a new trade session. These buttons up here, which I never use, you can do up and down, and then I think this one clears all of them, both sides. Yeah, if you want to do that, that'll clear both, or you can clear just up and just down. As well, there's a setting, I'm not going to bring it up, but there's a setting in the settings where every time you enter a new trade, it will automatically clear the prints. And that's how I have mine set, just so I like to see a fresh start from when I enter. Okay, now what's printing? Guys, a lot of feedback too. People, I think Jigsaw is plain as day, crystal clear. But I get a lot of feedback. People have no idea what in the Sam hell we're looking at here on the screen. Let me try to put it in simplest terms. Guys, when you buy apples and you sell apples at the farmer's market, you show up and the farmer's trying to sell them for $1, maybe a little pricey, and you're only willing to pay 90 cents. Well, the guys in purple are the farmers. They're the ones selling, and they're selling apples for $1 or Ultra Bonds for 146 and 30 seconds. But let's leave that aside for now. You're a buyer. You're only willing to pay a little bit less. Got our buyers on the left. We got our sellers on the right. At some point, someone cracks. You either really want an apple, so you pay up, you pay the dollar, or the seller cracks. They need that 90 cents like nobody's business, so they come down. They say, yes, I will sell it to you for 90 cents. And that clears that transaction, and we're on to the next one. And just rinse and repeat. That's just at its simplest form, guys. A traditional depth of market like you might see in Trade-Evade or Ninja Trader typically just has the price, which you see in gray here, has the buyers, and has the sellers. So those three columns. All this extra Jigsaw fun and intel, useful information. It's kind of discretionary. We got a market or volume profile over here on the left, essentially show you how many contracts traded at each price level. The outside green, the outside purple are changes to the bid and the ask. So if you see a lot of buyers pulling their orders, you see a lot of negatives, and you see a lot of sellers piling on, adding on orders. Well, the pressure is there. The pressure is on. The heat is on. Those sellers are going to push those buyers down to the depths of God knows where. Inside columns are the prints. These are actual traded columns. Traded contracts. They are traded columns, but they're also traded contracts. They're cars, they're lots. Useful when you're watching the order flow. Now, let me finish my thought. I use this obviously on the treasuries. A little bit slower moving market. You see it. We're witnessing firsthand. Would I try to do something like this with NQ? Hell no. This information would basically be irrelevant. There's no way you have time to absorb all this that's happening on something like an NQ. ES, yeah, you can. Moves faster, but, it's, not an NQ, something like that. Crude, somewhat useful, but honestly, if I was... believe me, it pains me to encourage people to use charts. But, if I was trading those products, yeah, I would be using a chart. I wouldn't be using a depth of market. I think that's it for my Jigsaw lessons for the days, guys. Let's try to seek out a trade here. Good grief. Not seeing too much. I'm scanning, I'm eyeballing. Another Jigsaw tip, trick. When you're trading the slow-moving products like this, really, this looks like a lot of information, really just looking across the middle. These few price levels above and below. Same thing over here, maybe two prices above, below. You could quite literally, let's do it on the 10 years here, which are the slowest moving. And I'll recenter it. Could seriously just look at this, and it'd be the same amount of information I'm absorbing when I'm looking at this. I don't really care who's up here, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant for scalping. So now there's other reasons to have them big like this. One, it seems ridiculous to have it that small. Two, you can kind of put things in perspective across the DOMs when you have a nice bigger sort of profile up here on the screen. Guys complain about Jigsaw. It's expensive. People say that. They tell me CFT, good Lord, they don't have a free trial. How am I supposed to trade like you trade? Well, there's other options out there. Now, I haven't used any of them, so I can't vouch for them. I can't tell you how to set them up. None of that. Few options. One, if you want Jigsaw, Tick Trader actually gives a free license for Jigsaw when you're in their trader evaluation. So you could sign up for their cheapest, if you really just want Jigsaw, you could sign up for their cheapest evaluation and get a license key for Jigsaw. Now, the one thing I swear I'm not clear on is if that license key would then work for other, like say you want to use Jigsaw, you get it through Tick and you want to use it with Apex. I don't know. I have a feeling it would work though. Just based on what I know on how the license keys work and whatnot, but I'm guessing. I haven't had to try because I paid the piper. I paid the 600 buckaroos for Jigsaw. So, but that is one way to get it. If you're thinking about trying out with somebody and you want to do Jigsaw, they also offer Bookmap, which I've never used. I've seen plenty of videos about it. It looks like a fine tool. I'm just happy with Jigsaw. I've also heard of people using Sierra charts and kind of replicating a similar DOM. I know there's things with Sierra charts and the data feed and Rhythmic and stuff, so it's It's probably not, if you're like new to trading, it's probably not the route to go. Just there'll be a bit of a learning curve just in setting all that up. And again, I don't know. Can't help you on that one. I've also heard Edge Pro X, just software. It does cost, but you can pay a monthly fee. It's whatever it is. It's $30, $40, whatever. A little bit more easier to stomach than paying for Jigsaw outright. So there you go. There's some options for you if you want to get into depth market trading, scalping. And I think the best part of trading off the depth market is you can take cheap shots at chart traders all day. It's fun. You can join the club. All right, guys, let's see. You're here for trades. Don't worry. I'm going to timestamp them below if there are any. I've seen a lot of screwing around in the middle here, and I don't like it one bit. Might not be doing any catch-up type trades today, but you know what we might be doing is we might be putting on 10 lots because it's moving pretty slow, so get that ready. And just try to do some scalps. And actually, here, let's do this as well. I'm going to put on, see if this works out for us. So I've set off screen. I'm setting it to 10 lots is what we're going to trade. And I set a 2-tick winning take profit. So immediately when I enter the trade, Jigsaw is going to put on a 2-tick winning take profit for me. Reason to just see here. I don't want to miss out on the little bit of activity that there is. Reason to set up the kind of, I mean, it's the same as any other software putting on a bracket order. You know, it just, one, it automates it so you don't forget or ignore it or don't bother. And two, it happens quick. So you're going to get the quickest sort of queue position. So another reason to do it. But I think more so the reason is just to kind of, you know, it does it for you so you don't forget to do it or don't bother to do it. If your goal, which my goal right now looking at this is, let's just try to grab a tick or two. And let's do that a few times and see how that goes. Unfortunately, right now it's kind of stagnating here. Seeing some sellers. I'm tempted to enter a trade, but I mentioned the outside columns. If you look over here on the 10 years, minus 700, minus 800, that means people are pulling orders. You're seeing plus numbers here. They're stacking on their sells. So expect this to pop down at least tick, but now they haven't done it strong enough there, minus 1100. Now, you might say, well, how do you know those aren't just orders being filled? Aha, you have the inside columns. Only 38 contracts have traded, 46. There, look at that. Aha, look at that. This is actually a good example. Even if we don't take a trade today, guys, I'm putting this video up because this is a good learning little thing that happened here. We had big numbers being pulled, so people were pulling their limit orders. We knew they weren't traded because only it was 30-something, 40-something. Then out of the blue, bam, 2,000-something contracts traded and wiped this level out. Magic. Magic shows over. And likewise, you see the buyers kind of pop back up here. But and now we're seeing a similar thing here. You're seeing the sellers are pulling. You're seeing some contracts trade, starting to see some size. I'm going short 10 here, guys. If we can get a fill, we got a fill. And I have my little 2-tick take profit. I'm going to leave it. Not going to deviate from the plan. We'll see how this works out. Still seeing the sellers pulling. I like that. Like to see this pop on back down. And so you just got to be patient. You got to be patient. Thing with trading, another thing I like to mention sometimes is I don't encourage people to just enter a trade, cross their fingers, and hope it works out. You know, manage the trade. If things change, if all of a sudden the sellers aren't pushing it down and the buyers start piling on, just ditch the trade. Don't wait and see if maybe. No, just if it's going sour, what you want it to happen isn't happening, get out. Right or right out. So there you go. Row. You're either right or you're right out. Now that said, I still think we're right. So I am hoping for my little 2-tick winner here. Oh, exciting days, guys. That was pretty exciting. We made 625 on trading a 10 lot. I gotta admit, I've been trading 10 lots lately. I kind of sized up. It used to be back in the day, you know, 1, 2, up to 5. Like trading 5 lots was like crazy. Like holy shit, that's like $125 a tick. Actually, no, I take that back. That's like 150 a tick. What am I saying? 150 bucks a tick. Not these days though. 10 lots, child's play. If you've been around the internet, you might have heard me bagging on micros traders a little bit lately. Just put up with me, guys. I'm not a fan of the micros. God help me, they ever introduce micro treasuries, I might just quit. I don't want to hear people's stories about trading micro treasuries. And it comes completely from just, if you're going to trade one micro, just trade a full lot. Like, just, the trading is the same. There is a point, obviously, trading 10 lots versus trading 1,000 lots would make a difference here because there's not 1,000 contracts to fill here. I'd be wiping out 10 price levels with 1,000 lot. So there is a point where it doesn't make sense to size up, but I don't think anybody's jumping from 10 to 1,000 lots regardless. So nonetheless, guys, I'll leave the micros alone. I'll try to ease up on the chart traders, but no promises. Okay, well, I'm happy. We got a one winner, and we learned a lot, I feel like. I don't think this is going to be an hour-long video. Again, we're approaching the lunch hour. We've got ourselves a trade. We've learned a lot already today about Jigsaw. What else can I tell you guys? Let's see now. So, trade done. Moving on to the next trade. That's very much try to be very distinct in each trade. I don't quite know what I'm trying to say. Like, I know some people chase trades. Like, say that was a losing trade, they'd be looking for the next trade to try to make their money back. And you gotta, I don't know, personal opinion, you gotta get past that type of thinking. Each trade is just individual. You're gonna have some winners, you're gonna have some losers. My stats are pretty stable over the last 2 years. Like, it's basically 2 for 1, like 2 winners, 1 loser. But that means you're taking a loser like 1 out of every 3 trades. You just got to be comfortable with that. Guys, I'm still planning on trying a few other things I mentioned in the past. Okay, I will mention here, and then I'll get back to my thoughts. So now you're seeing a different dynamic here. Sellers are pounding over here on the 10 years, and it's easier to show the stuff on the 10 years just because the numbers are bigger, I think. Sellers were pounding on this, and buyers are just piling back on and like eating up those orders. So it's not to say the sellers aren't going to overwhelm them, but the buyers are holding strong. Everything the sellers are throwing at them, the buyers are willing to take. So, there you go. They did pound through them, and then they relented. So there is no magic crystal ball, unfortunately. If there was, I would probably still not buy one because I wouldn't trust that whatsoever. But you get what I'm saying. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be like a cue to go long, but it was definitely, there might be an inflection point here. The buyers seem to be getting a little more rowdy. Now, the sellers managed to tick them down a bit, but just 1 tick. We're also seeing the buying coming up here. Now, sellers are still piling on too. That's the other kind of side of this. But yeah, this is always interesting dynamic. I actually got rid of the ticker tapes. I kind of want to add it back, at least for the 10 years. Again, the size makes it a little bit almost easier to explain, and it moves a bit slower. So even though I don't typically trade the 10 years, it's interesting to watch this dynamic over here. You really get a sense of who's beating up on who. What else can I tell you guys? I'm kind of drawing a blank. It's getting close to lunch. Kind of hungry. It's Friday afternoon. Want to call it quits on the trading. September, last 1/3 of a year. Speaking of years, Mighty Ox has 1-year stream anniversary today. I want to bring up something here. Let's see here. I got to start up the old internet. Let me find it off the screen so I'm not wasting your guys' time. I know you love watching the treasuries. I know that's why you're here. You don't really care about my commentary. Anyways, Mighty Ox had his 1-year trading anniversary. He did a live stream. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but I wanted to, if I can find it. Ox, by the way, thank you everybody for going and subscribing to Ox, all those that I encouraged you to. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I know several of you are. You've mentioned you found him. It doesn't look like he has his live stream available yet. when you do a live stream, I think you have to like go and actually like publish it then. Oh well. Today he did a live stream. It will be available at some point on his channel. But big face reveal. Ox himself, anonymous up to this point, like myself. But Ox pulling the trigger, showing his face, giving a heartfelt message to his trading community, which I would personally like to say thank you very much to Mighty Ox. He is a fantastic guy. He deserves all the success in the world when it comes to both streaming and trading. And like I kind of commented on the video at the time, in life, this goes, I'll give you a little CFT old man trader wisdom here. But in life, sometimes day to day, you have your goals and it feels like you're kind of getting nowhere. You have good days, you have bad days, and feel like you're spinning your wheels. But then you look back over the year. Big things happen over a year. So look how far Ox has come in 1 year. I'm looking forward to seeing where things go over the next several years. He's been working with Top Step lately, working on their evaluation. I know he passed a Tick evaluation. Man, I can't even keep up. It was news to me. He passed Tick. I know he's still working on some earn to trade accounts. Like, he's managing it all. He's doing it all. He's a man of the people, trading and giving his intel. He's got a good community, so check that out. I'm going to put a link down below, guys. Just because he's reached 1,000 subscribers, that does not mean there is no reason you shouldn't go sign up if you haven't already. I don't subscribe to many people. I definitely do not subscribe to many live traders, as in none other than Mighty Ox. So, all right, guys. Let's see. Maybe we can get one more. I'd be happy if we get one more trade. I'll be happy. But I want it to be like top drawer, pair of aces, to use poker analogies. Nothing but a potential winner on my hands if I'm taking another trade. So we're gonna look for one of those. Let's see what we can get here. Now, while I was talking away, looks like buyers have pushed this up a little bit over here on the 10s. I'm actually looking more at the 10s today than I am the Ultra Bond. As I've mentioned before, and we'll mention again, a big part of what I do with the treasuries is they are highly correlated. So I'm looking for opportunities when they aren't as correlated to take trades. Now, that wasn't the trade we just did. That was more of a reading what was happening in the 10s, expecting more of a push, and capitalizing on that in the Ultra Bond. It's a lot easier to get 2 ticks in the Ultra Bond than it is in the 10 years. It just moves that much more dramatically. So that's why I trade it. Again, I'm looking for the movement over here to try and grab the ticks over here. Brace the good, block the bad. So what are you guys up to for a weekend? See, this is where it'd be fun if I did live stream, because I could actually ask questions and you guys could respond and we could interact. Kind of like Ox does. Except I don't like having a schedule or like saying, oh, I'm going to stream every day or tomorrow at 10, etc. Sometimes I like to say, screw it, I'm going to the dog park. So that's why I don't really live stream. It's more of a schedule thing than it is a lack of wanting to stream. Maybe someday. Anyways, guys, I'm trying to get a read over here on what's happening. Sellers still. So if you recall, I'm going to go back to charts and why I think they're stupid. We watched the sellers push this down. We saw a little pushback, and now the sellers are pushing it down again. I can visualize in my head what that looks like on a chart. I don't need a chart to see it go down, and then it went back up a little bit, and now it's going down again. Like, doesn't matter. I saw it happen live. I really like to think of the depth of market as like a microscope. You're seeing the actual trades happen at their core. You're seeing the actual contracts trade. When you're looking at a chart, you're just seeing your little lines and your little dojis and your little wicks and all that stuff. I guess so much for me not bagging on chart traders. It lasted about 10 minutes, so give me that. But what you're not seeing is stuff like number of contracts. You don't see when this is kind of stalled. If you're looking at a chart, you just be like, okay, it's kind of hanging out. What's going to happen? Well, you can look at here and see, well, look at this. Buyers are piling on, sellers are pulling. Get a little bit more of that microscopic read on the market and what's happening. So That's why I like depth of market trading. It's pumpkin spice season, guys. Pumpkin spice everything. Maybe I should change my depth of market to... I'm looking up something here for you. Change my depth of market to some pumpkin spice colors. There goes, guys. Just starting the other day, in case you're wondering, Starbucks, has their pumpkin spice lattes and pumpkin muffins, all that good stuff out. Do some pumpkin spice trading here in a second. Try to get one more winner and I'll stop tormenting you guys. My nonsense, my babble, my bashing. I'm chart shaming. That's right, I'm micro shaming. I make no bones about it. Probably get canceled. Somebody's gonna cancel me on Twitter. I'm obviously kidding. I could care less. All right, guys, let's get to brass tacks here. I keep saying that, but then I look at the depth of market. I'm not seeing much to take. Like I said, I want it to be an ace trade. I'm a patient man, and I'm happy to wait. And I'll honestly and actually being realistic here, I normally would not be trading right now. This is too slow. There's not enough activity. I'm not usually looking for like 2-tick scalps. I am usually looking for those kind of catch-up trades and stuff, and you need a bit of volatility for that to happen. We're not getting it right now. So, yeah, definitely trading on a Friday, no less a Friday before a holiday weekend. This is like the opposite of what I would normally want to be doing. But for the sake of liking to talk and liking to make videos when I can and feeling like I cheated you guys, get a lot of requests for the trading videos, so we might just go for a one-tick winner. It might be easier to grab. We could just grab a oneer and call it good. I'm watching the order flow on the Ultra Bonds. They were pulling. The sellers were pulling here. I mean, they still are, but you see buyers pulling. See, it's just not definitive. There's not a lot of like clear action. All right, guys, I think. All right, we're gonna do one thing first of all. We're gonna trade this or change this to a one-tick winner. I just don't feel as confident on the action. I'm not seeing I think we can get a one-tick, 2 ticks though. I'm also just looking at the orders, I mean, I know some of these will disappear, but, if, say I bought right here, getting a 2-tick winner and I have to wait behind all these guys, I don't want to do that. But I think I could get, 1 tick out of it. So if I was to take that specific trade. So kind of looking at that as well, what's ahead, what's the road ahead? What's the clear path to making money trading treasuries? I think I started to mention way back, then I got sidetracked with God knows what, but still planning at some point to, I've been screwing around a bit with spread trading, some, not enough to like make videos of it. I'm still like experimenting and trying different things, so at some point when I feel like I've got a good handle on it, I will maybe make some videos about that, because that is fun, because you can go big size, but because you're going 2 different directions, like 2 products, different directions, you don't get big swings in your P&L. So you could have like, whatever, say 10 lots Ultra Bond, whatever, 5 lots, 30 years. So you've got 15 contracts on, but they're different directions. So you're just looking for that spread to squeeze. Get a little closer, get a little snug, and take the profit and run. Anyways, let's try to get our 1-tick winner here. Still, guys, it's just, yeah, we're getting even closer to that lunch hour, just not seeing the move, and the last thing I want to do is give up a tick, so. If we don't see anything in the next 10 minutes, going to call it quits. That will actually officially be 12 noon Eastern time, and, alright, guys, well, it is several minutes later, and not much has happened. I answered a few emails and stuff, but no, nothing's happened. I ran out of stuff to say, but I figured I'd wrap it up, so I think I'm going to call it good. We got ourselves 2-tick winner. I am more than happy with that, given the activity we were looking at. Like I said, normally wouldn't even be trading today. So, guys, I wish you the best. I wish you the most, Well, the best with your trader valuations or trading your own money. I hope everyone has a fantastic Labor Day if you celebrate. If you don't, that's okay. You can just enjoy the weekend. I don't do anything special for Labor Day. What am I going to do? I'm not going to trade. That's what I'm going to tell you I'm going to do is not trade on Monday. I'll hold out till Tuesday. A nice little 3-day weekend. Guys, you can use your spare time. If you want to do something trading related, read a trading book, check out some videos, compare all the different companies, figure out which is your favorite, or whatever your heart desires. Guys, I want to thank you so much for subscribing and watching my videos. And also be sure to go check out Mighty Ox if you haven't already, guys. I can't say it enough. He's got 1K on the quest for 2. Guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you learned a little something useful. I'll see you in the next video.